right before you get the pass, and then did you find a second, or maybe at that point it's a third or fourth win?
Yeah. I mean, I felt like I was kind of just skating around. It wasn't a lot of strides, just kind of following my guy and reloading, I guess, in a way. And then I saw them change, and I mean, I thought, why not?
How about the pass from Dylan Sandberg? Kind of couldn't have done it really any more perfect, right, to hit you in stride?
No, perfect pass. At first, I was thinking, what are you doing putting that on the wall? But when you put it that perfectly on the wall and off the wall, it's, it couldn't have worked out better.
Just from a pure entertainment perspective, that was a heck of a hockey game between two really good teams.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how much in the moment you're sort of enjoying. Looked like there's a little extra on the celebration. Just felt like a bigger goal maybe than some others.
Absolutely. This was a big challenge for us, and I believe they felt the same way in the other room. And we played really well. I thought when we got the pucks deep and worked down there, we got some zone time and kept them out of our own zone. So that's something that we want to keep doing against the rest of the teams that we got coming up here, because that's going to help us in the playoffs.
It's been a couple of games now where you've played with Adam Lowry in previous stints and now with Mason Appleton. Do you have to change your approach almost when you're paired with those two types of players, or is it just same as usual?
No. I'm trying to go out there and use my speed every single time I go out there, and try to, we're trying to read off each other as much as possible. I think today was okay. I think we had some really good shifts, and then personally I was maybe throwing the puck away a little too much, and playing with those two guys that are able to play down deep and hold on to pucks and create space for me and the other guy. That's something that we want to take advantage of. So I like playing with those two guys, and we got to keep working. We got to keep building. You don't know how long you're going to be together, but I think we've done a really good job. So that's obviously exciting for us.
What's it like to see someone like Mason Appleton get rewarded and have a nice goal there?
Horrible. He's sitting over there. I'm just kidding. Awesome. There's no other word for it. He's a guy that goes out there and works his ass off every single time he goes out on the ice. So, it's huge for the whole team when you got four lines buzzing. And Appy is a great player. He's a fun player to play with as well. He's got a lot of speed on that right side. So, it's huge. Thanks, guys.
After giving up a tying goal there in the third period to come back and win this one.
Yeah, sometimes those can be real deflating, but I didn't feel that deflated our group at all. We had that 2-1 lead, and sometimes you sit back and protect a little too much, and I didn't feel we did that at all. Like I thought we played a really good third, so then they got that one, and our mindset didn't really change, and then obviously fly to get that one in OT was huge to get the 2 points there.
Obviously, Alex Ovechkin's been leaving opponents shaking their heads. Like, that's an example where he doesn't need a whole lot of time and space to do some damage, right?
No. Obviously, about to become the greatest goal scorer of all time. He's a guy that you got to be, when you're on him, you're not even really on him. You got to be in his pocket, or you got to be, basically touching him, because his release is so lethal. You can't just be fronting him, because he can get pucks through, around, every which way through the guy. So, he's a heck of a goal scorer, and you give him just a little time and space, and he can kill you.
You look like a heck of a goal scorer with your shot there. Did you see kind of an opening over Thompson? And Nino had made a nice pass to kind of set that up, right?
Yeah, it was a real good entry. I thought, if that's kind of held in the middle there and made that kick-out play to Nino, and then Nino found me. And then it's a little bit different of a look with the goalie being opposite-handed. But, yeah, I thought I saw a little bit of net on that far side. But as a righty, you have that puck farther out, so you're not really sure if that is as open as you think. But I kind of hit my spot, and, yeah, it was good.
A guy like Gabe out of the lineup, do you put any extra pressure on yourself just to, maybe try and chip in a little more offensively? Everybody's trying to pick up the slack.
I think that's just kind of the cliche team mindset is everyone needs to step up a little bit. Obviously, he's having a heck of a year, and he's a great player for our team. And until he's back, it's a collective group mindset of we all need to be a little better, give a little more, and kind of pick up that slack with him out.
How do you think that Nikolai Ehlers kind of complements you and Adam? I know you two have played together a lot, but you guys haven't played much with Nikolai, but how does he add a different layer to your guys' game?
He's so dynamic offensively, so me and Laus just kind of do everything in our power to get pucks down low, make plays down low, and get fly time and space with the puck. I thought there were some entries that were real nice that just didn't quite click at the end. And then, anytime you can get him flying up the ice with the puck where we can kind of push back guys and get to the net and, be easy options for him, we can create offense that way too. Me and Laus try to play a simple game, so Fly to use his speed and skill and read off us. It shouldn't be too hard for him, and obviously it's our first game together in, a long time, and we'll build on this and keep getting better. But, there were some really good shifts and some average, but yeah, I obviously love playing with Nicky because he's one of the most dynamic guys in this league, and I think we can be really good together.
thinking Nick get off the ice as the play goes the other way? Because he had been out there for a while, but him staying out there ended up being you guys get rewarded for it.
Yeah, it was that, but they also Washington had 4 guys on the ice. I don't know if you saw it, but so if you missed the net and it went around, we were probably going to get a power play because they had 4 guys. So I guess he had a little bit in the tank left over and just burned down. What a great shot! So great to see.
Yeah, and a great pass, too, by Dylan Semberg. Again, a guy we talked to a few games ago who hadn't seen a lot of overtime, but he looks pretty comfortable out there at 3-on-3.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of on the fly learning how to do it. We got hemmed in there with them getting possession of the puck, but those guys did a good job keeping to the outside. And finally you just wait for your opportunity to get that puck back. And I like the way, Sammy Fire recognized it, that they were where they were at, and just a great way to end that great game.
Yeah, and you've had wins by much larger margins, but I have to think this is right up there in terms of games you've loved, just quality of opponent and the way the game played out. It felt kind of like a playoff game, right?
That was a heavyweight battle right there. That really was. Both teams, even though one's from the east, one's from the west, it's like we play each other 8 times a year. There was a lot of trash talk going on. There were some big hits. There was a lot happening, and I think that both teams recognize that. You want to be number one, and it was a great game. I just thought punch counter punch kind of going on all night.
You mentioned how you put Alex Iafallo with Scheifele and Carr to get a bit of meat and potatoes with them. In putting Ehlers with Lauer and Appleton, what were you trying to do there, and how do you think it went tonight?
Like I said this morning, it had a little bit to do with their lineup. I knew I wanted to go with Lowry and Apple against Wilson, and Dubois, some big bodies. And I just felt I don't think we had anybody that was going to line up against Tom Wilson and be able to, I just thought that maybe Fly would be the guy. I thought that maybe that's a situation at speed against, Tom is a great player. And it just, I just, having the opportunity to make them defend and play in their end, I thought we did that with that line. They had some real good zone time, and they kept the Dubois line down in their end of the rink, and that goes a long way. And Fly, being a puck possession guy that he is, kind of helps drive that a little bit. And then the other side too, with like Vladdy's line and Fetz, Nino again, they did a great job themselves. Whether they were against Strome or whoever they were against, did a great job of doing what they need to do as a line. I thought Nino did a great job of getting to the net and playing heavy as well.
Have you learned anything new from Nikolai Ehlers? And there was a game against Colorado when he was with Adam Lowry, and then a game like tonight. It just seems like he's able to adapt and perform in different roles like tonight as well.
Yeah, he recognizes who he's playing with. Guys with that kind of skill, if you're playing with maybe a couple other top end skill guys, you're going to be do some other things. You're playing against 2 guys like Apple and Lau that are going to probably dump it in and go get it, and then he is the support off of that. And, he knows to get to holes, to get to spots when he's playing with those kind of guys. I think that he just, he's a veteran player. He's been around a while and knows how to play in a lot of situations.
You talked about Cole Perfetti there, and we've talked all year about his evolution. In a heavyweight battle like tonight, it really seemed like the details of his game shined through. What did you see from him?
No, again, he's not the biggest body. I think he had a great hit there in the third period, right in center ice there. He had the puck a lot. I liked the way he held onto it. A couple times he drove. He came out of the corners, took it to the front of the net. Those are great things. Those are all the things that we've talked about, him kind of evolving as a player. And that's the stuff in the playoffs that you have to do. You have to go into those greasy areas, and I thought he did. He's been really good at that.
And how do you guys kind of emotionally balance? You clinch a playoff spot, but overtime hasn't even started yet, and they play the big thing. The crowd is on their feet. How do you kind of focus on the task at hand despite clinching?
Yeah, I mean, you have to be appreciative of what we've done, obviously. And at the start of the year, our first goal, we have a few goals, but our first goal was to eliminate 8 teams, and we did that, obviously, after 60 minutes. So, you have to applaud our players for, doing that, and would have liked to have done it against Buffalo, but at the same time, and to win the game and get that extra point is just sort of the cream on the top.
Scott, how significant was your club's response in getting this result against this opponent, coming after what you described on Sunday as the ultimate trap game?
Yeah, I don't think it was very hard to fire the guys up for this one. They knew who was coming into town. we had a great game down in Washington against them. Obviously this one was right up there as one of the best. We saw I've seen our response all year long when we've been challenged like this against real good hockey teams, and we've responded in the right way. And just we always talk about put the last one behind us, move on to the next one. And if we weren't ready tonight, we would have got run over. And I just thought we did a fantastic job.
There was so much focus on Ovi when you
Who?
when you saw him get that tying goal. Kind of what's going through your mind?
He came by the bench and gave me the biggest smirk. So I'm glad he got the goal in the sense, or getting closer to his goal. Excuse me, I'm not glad he got the goal. I'm glad he's getting close to whatever that number is. At the end of the day, that's him. It doesn't take much. The puck is on his stick, off his stick. I thought we did a really good job for most of the game of trying to limit him. A lot of chances. He had a few on the power play, but I thought we did a really good job of staying over top of him. He doesn't need much time or space, and at the end of the day, we got the 2 points. It is what it is. I was kind of hoping that we could finish that one off in a 2-1 game, but at the end of the day, we did a pretty good job on him.
Did you get a chance to give him a smirk at the end of the game?
I didn't get to see him. He was farther down the bench, so I might see him later.
Scott, it was a game where the general theme was people didn't give an inch, right? I mean, Mangiapane goes off after Miller, and there's so many different moments. Even Cole Perfetti went back at Matty Roy there when he was getting those cross checks. Why is it so important when the two best teams in the NHL play each other that these guys don't give that inch?
Yeah, I'm hoping that we have a rematch. That would be really nice. But at the end of the day, there's bragging rights on the line. And I'm not that we're looking at who's going to be the best, and that's our number one priority. But there's bragging rights tonight, and we can even back up with them on the points side of things. But at the end of the day, those are like that. That's the calluses that we talk about getting, and the scars that you get over the course of the season, so that when you run into the playoffs, you've been through this a few times. And I think that there's been some really big tests for us running into these kind of games, and to go against a heavyweight team like that and to come out with the 2 points, that's real good growth for us, and it's real good things that, like I said before, that we're trying to build towards game 83 and 83 on.
Thanks.
Thank you.